I saw a post that is going viral recently of a citizen of Nigeria, a born and brought up of Nigeria, a product of Nigeria, a gem that just lost her life to the cold hand of death because of the negligence, because of the carelessness, because of the corruption going on in that country. You go abroad, you go anywhere in this world, there is no place like home. Our home is still our home. Nigeria is still our country. Hi loves, welcome back again to another video. If you are new to this channel, my name is Ruth, a Nigerian who currently live in the Philippines, and on this space I talk about nursing. Because I'm a graduate nurse, I share my life and experience here in the Philippines. I share with my viewers reasons why Philippines is one of the best places in the world to study. Once in a while on this channel, I bring guests to interview them and for them to also share their own life and experience as foreigners living in the Philippines. Again, on this channel, we rant like I'm going to be doing in this video. We vlog, we do every other thing in between. Find a reason to click on the red subscribe button so this video will not be the last one you'll be seeing from this space. For my old G's, thank you so much, lovelies, for always tuning in to watch my video. Like I'll always say, I do not take you guys for granted. So lovelies, without wasting much of your time, let's dive right into this video. The reason for this video, I saw a post that is going viral recently of a product of Nigeria, like a gem that just lost her life to the cold hand of death because of the negligence, because of the carelessness, because of the corruption going on in that country. This person I'm talking about, it's not like in any way for those that will come in the comment section to say after I'm abroad. It's not difficult for them to say. Those that want to attack me in the comment section that what is your business after you are not in Nigeria. Please do not forget, if you are coming for me, to drop anything you want to drop in the comment section before you think of coming for me. Even though we are not related, or before you tell me I'm not in Nigeria, I am not in Nigeria. Yes, I'm not related to the lady that lost her life. Yes, I'm not related to her, but I want you to know before you come for me that I have family members in Nigeria. Nigeria is my home country. You go abroad or go anywhere in this world, there is no place like home. Our home is still our home. Nigeria is still our country. And I have every right to rant when I want to talk about Nigeria. I have every right to talk about it. I have every right to express my feeling, how I feel. Again, that person that died could have been anybody. That lady, that person that I'm going to be talking about, she is from a place. She has family. She had dreams. She had visions. She had plans. She had plans, and everything within a twinkle of an eye was taken away from her. Because of what? Because of the negligence, because of corruption. Our leaders care less about the lives of Nigerians. Nigeria is a place where the leaders, they do anything they feel they want to do and nobody questions them. Of course, they are the leaders. And Nigeria is a place that life, when you talk about human life, when you say human life matters, in Nigeria, it is not applicable. For our leaders, life of citizens of Nigeria, if you want to compare it to the life of chicken or life of cow, the lives of cow and chicken is worth more than a life in Nigeria to our leaders. This is a country where the system does not work. This is a country where they care less about their citizens. There's this news that have been going viral now about a girl, a lady with vision, that had dreams, that had things she wanted to achieve in life before the negligence of Nigeria threw her to the cold hand of death. This was a lady rather, because she's dead, that finished from a private university in Nigeria as a medical doctor. So school in Nigeria in a private university is very, very expensive. You pay your tuition in millions of naira. As a medical doctor, she left for hospital just the normal way. she's been doing since she started her housemanship. Housemanship, when you hear Nigerians say housemanship, like for medical students or medical graduates from Nigeria, you hear them talk about housemanship. It's like talking about clerkship in the Philippines. She has finished from medical college. She was just doing her housemanship in a hospital in one of the states in Nigeria. That was where she was doing her housemanship. And this lady had just 2 weeks to complete her housemanship. I think one housemanship in Nigeria is 1 year. So she had just 2 weeks to complete her housemanship before she died last week here. This was somebody that the parents sent to a medical college, private medical college, for 6 good years in Nigeria. After completing her medical college, after all the sleepless nights, the challenges she must have been through in school, after all the time she spent in school and the huge amount of money they spent on her head, the system that does not work in Nigeria succeeded in taking away her life from her. Imagine such kind of person that went to a medical college, graduated from a medical college, was doing her housemanship. She had just 2 weeks to complete it before her death. Such person, will you tell me that she never had dream? She never had vision. She never had dreams of where she was, like how she wanted her life to be? Did she plan it that her life was going to end in that way? Did she plan it that that morning she woke up the normal way she wakes up every morning, prepared for work as a medical doctor, left home for hospital as usual, only for her not to return home? How did it happen? From what I read, I heard that the hospital where she was doing her housemanship, they have elevator in the hospital building. From the story I read, it happened that she left for work that day. So while she was there, later in the afternoon, she ordered food. So the food dispatcher was already in the hospital premises, waiting for her to come and get her food. So it was just like she was going down to get her food from the dispatcher, and for a faster movement, she entered the elevator. From story, they said that the elevator for years have been having problem. This is where my anger is. The elevator have been having problem for some time, even for years. From the story I read, some people said since 2018, but for years now, the elevator it's been having problem. But the thing is, they've been complaining to people in charge that elevator was having problem. The people in charge, I don't know why they did not take a matter as that serious. I don't know why they did not take it serious to put that thing in shape, to put it in order. I don't know. Some news even have it that they gave someone money, or maybe a contractor money, to do that thing, and the person ate the money. I don't know how true, but different story. But the story basically is the elevator has been faulty for years and people have been complaining, but those in charge did not deem it fit to fix it and put that thing in order, knowing that anything can happen at any time. And it was quite unfortunate that the day, probably they've been using the elevator and all of that, it's not the first time, but it was quite unfortunate that that very day she left and was about to go get her food from the dispatcher, and that was the end of her. The elevator, from what they said, developed fault. Of course, it has been faulty from what they said, and the thing fell from the 10th building to the down floor, and the lady was inside the elevator as at the time this thing happened. As if that was not enough to make everything worse, the story had it that after the incident, she was trapped in that elevator for almost an hour. She was there, she was still alive. She was shouting that she does not want to die, she does not want to die. Like, imagine what must have been going through her mind. Imagine a young girl that has sacrificed so much, sleepless night, everything, to be a medical doctor. The parents the loved ones, they've sacrificed a lot to see her through the university, hoping that yes, their daughter is going to be a medical doctor someday, of which she actually became a medical doctor just 2 weeks to finish her housemanship before the ugly ordeal happened. According to the story, she was trapped there for almost an hour. When finally they brought her out after an hour from the elevator.
In a heart-wrenching incident, Dr. Were Diaso, a medical doctor, met her untimely demise on Tuesday at the General Hospital Odan, Lagos Island. The tragic accident occurred when the elevator she was using malfunctioned, causing it to plummet from the 10th floor to the ground, claiming her life. Dr. Diaso, who was only 2 weeks away from completing her housemanship at the hospital, had a promising future ahead. Meanwhile, an outpouring of criticism has flooded Nigerian social media pages directed at the hospital management. Not only are they accused of negligence in the tragic incident, but they are also being heavily criticized for their failure to provide adequate emergency care to the deceased doctor. The Nigerian Medical Association has reacted strongly to this devastating event, demanding a 5-day mourning period and a thorough investigation into the matter. They insist that those responsible for the negligence that led to Dr. Diaso's death be held accountable and brought to justice. In response to the tragic incident and to prevent any similar occurrences in the future, the association has also called for the indefinite strike by doctors at the 3 government hospitals on Lagos Island, along with all other government hospitals. Furthermore, they seek a comprehensive overhaul of the house officers' quarters on the island, improvements to the blood transfusion system, and immediate repairs in all government hospitals. The medical community mourns the loss of a promising young doctor whose dedication and hard work will be deeply missed. The focus now lies in ensuring that such negligence is not repeated and that every effort is made to safeguard the lives of both medical practitioners and patients in the country's healthcare facilities.
Like, I don't know if I'm saying it every time that no system in our country, Nigeria, is working. It will look like I want to dabble into politics. I don't want to dabble into politics. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about the bad governance. But then, can we keep shying away from it? Can we keep pretending like everything is fine, whereas everything is not fine? When they took her, according to the story, to the emergency ward, then they started looking for blood because she was bleeding. According to what they said, she has lost a lot of blood. Imagine someone that was trapped in an elevator that fell from 10-story building. She was trapped there for an hour. Now, time for them to attend to her. They said there was no blood. There was no blood for transfusion. I say, God, that was where I got so angry. I feel so livid making this video because this is a government-owned hospital, for crying out loud, from what I read. Government-owned hospital that their elevator has been so faulty for how many years? According to them, it's a big hospital. It has been faulty for how many years, and people have been complaining, but nobody cared to fix it or know what the problem was. I don't really know. A hospital as big as that, I don't know why in the first place they did not fix their elevator. And I don't know why after an accident, something that happened, that person will be trapped in that elevator for almost an hour before something was done to bring her out. And at the end of it, there was no blood for blood transfusion. And at the end of it, the lady ended up, even though she was crying, according to the story I read, even though she was crying that she did not want to die, at the end of the day, she died. She died because of the negligence of our country. She died because in Nigeria, life does not matter. This is why I tell you that lives in Nigeria, a life of cow and chicken, is worth more than human life to our leaders in Nigeria. How can it be that there is an emergency case, a serious case as serious as that one, and that person was trapped there, meaning she had opportunity to actually survive that. She had the opportunity to actually live. She was fighting for her life. After all the time spent and wasted because of negligence, a rare gem as that soul. Young lady that had vision, that had dreams. She had plans for life. Her life was taken away from her because of the negligence of our leaders and whoever is responsible in fixing those things. So the health system, is it working? What about transportation? Is it working? The road, do we have good roads in Nigeria? What about electricity? Is there electricity in Nigeria? What about life in Nigeria? Does life matter in Nigeria? Is there security in Nigeria? This lady was taken away by the cold hands of death because of the negligence, carelessness of people in power during elections. When they want to start campaigning for elections, they will promise heaven and earth what they will do and what they will not do. They will make all sorts of promises. This is how they are going to turn Nigeria to heaven on earth, and at the end of it all, after promising paradise on earth in Nigeria, then once they go into power, Nigeria, before they went into power, if Nigeria was in this level, as soon as they go into power, it will fall from there to here. And as soon as another person enters after the one that promised heaven on earth, another one, when it's time for election, another person will enter. It will now fall from here to here. That's how Nigeria keeps deteriorating by the day. Nigeria keeps falling and falling, and we don't know when it will get better. We don't know. Nigeria is one of those countries that you will boldly say that Nigeria of the past, 1960s, 1970s, 80s, even Nigeria of the 1990s is better than Nigeria of the millennium, even Nigeria of 2020. In these modern days now that people keep going, a lot of development, even Philippines as a country, they don't have resources, they don't have natural resources compared to what Nigeria have. But then Nigeria is a country that keep going backward, year in, year out. They keep going backward. You cannot think of any system that is working in Nigeria. I ask again, before you come for me in this video, please ask yourself, which system is working for you in Nigeria? Which system is working for us as citizens of Nigeria? Which system is working for us? Which of the system will you boldly stand to defend that yes, stop this video you are making because this system is actually working for us? Which is working for you? Is Nigeria working for you? If it's working for you, I really want to know. I want to know if Nigeria is working for you. Imagine how the life of this girl has been cut short because of the negligence of those or people who are supposed to put that thing in place. For over how many years that people have been complaining that that elevator was bad? Was it that nobody was able to fix it? But no, if something like this does not happen, our leaders, they don't take action. Even when something like this happened, as far as it did not affect them directly, they will still feel less concerned. I will not even be surprised that even that elevator, since it has fallen, it will be there and it will be there. Nobody will talk about it again. They will not. I will not be surprised if after how many months or years that thing is still like that. We cannot just pretend like everything is all right in Nigeria when actually things are not all right. Nigeria is a country that have natural resources, but today fuel that people used to buy for as low as 100 and something naira before, even Nigeria during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, we used to buy fuel for 80 something naira or thereabouts, or 90 something thereabouts. Now today a liter of fuel in Nigeria is 600 and something naira or 500. Imagine fuel rising from what we used to buy at 100 and something, 200 and something, and today a liter of fuel in Nigeria is 600 and something naira. Some will sell for 500, some will sell for 600, some will sell for 5 something, some will sell everything. Anything can go in Nigeria. I don't know, this new government, we are still hoping that things will get better, but since the new government started, it has been from bad to worse. But we are still hoping, like Nigerians, we always hope, like we keep hoping every year that things will get better with time. Yeah, we now have a new president. Yeah, he was sworn in May 29th, and from then to this time, people back home will always complain of a lot of things. Fuel that they used to even complain before, they buy it at 200 and something, within that range. Now fuel is, a liter of fuel is 500, 600 and something naira. But we are still hoping that the government will be a favorable one for us since it's still new. But the point is, even though it's a new government, since the office emerged, since they entered office, it has been from bad to worse. Although there is still time, we hope that maybe they are trying to make us strategize, like they are trying to re-strategize and make the country better. We hope and pray that that's what all this will later turn out to be. But now, since how many months that they've been in office, it has been from bad to worse. And we pray and hope that it will not remain like this or even continue getting worse. We pray it will not be like that. We pray that it will be a strategy to make Nigeria better. Because if not, a lot is really going wrong in that country. There is this other video that I saw of roads in Nigeria getting bad and bad and bad every day. Like every day. Now they are in raining season. Like in the Philippines, we are also in raining season. The city where I'm staying, it's been raining for almost 2 weeks non-stop, and everywhere has been a bit flooded. Some parts of the city has been a bit flooded. And one shocking thing that really make me admire this country so much is the way they turn out for their citizens, the way the leaders attend to their citizens, the way they pay attention to the needs of their citizens. I know that some Filipinos will still complain that yes, there is corruption, they have not even met their needs and all of that. That's because they have gotten to a place and they want to go to a place better. So if Filipinos are complaining sometimes, I'll just laugh in my comment section sometimes that these people don't even know that they are living in paradise. For real, you people, some Filipinos don't know that they are living in paradise. If you leave Philippines and go to other country, that's when you will now know that if you want to, if you see us comparing it, it is because these two countries are third world countries, if not for anything. Nigeria is a third world country, Philippines is a third world country. Nigeria is a developing country. If ever is developing, I don't know. But Philippines is also a developing country. So that's why sometimes when you see people like us making videos, we want to make comparison. Like, why is it that since Philippines is moving forward, the leaders are tending to the needs of their citizens? Why is it that Nigeria and our leaders, why is it that they are not tending to the needs of the citizens? At least, why is it that our leaders are not providing the basic amenities for us citizens of Nigeria? Something that happened during this time, that rain has been falling back and forth, like front to back for all over 2 weeks. It's been raining. There has been flood in some parts of the city where I am staying, and you will not believe that the mayor of this city, I think mayor is like when you say governor of a city, governor of a state. In my country, for example, I think mayor is equivalent to a governor. Yeah. So the mayor of the city where I am staying, she has been working tooth and nail. She has been working, like, the way they are moving people that are affected by the floods to areas where there are no floods. And apart from moving people from areas where there is flood to areas where there is no flood, they are providing them with food, providing them with basic needs, basic things they need. You understand? When I see these things, I feel if Philippines can actually tend to the needs of their citizens, why is Nigeria different? This is a country, Philippines, a country that does not even have natural resources compared to Nigeria. Nigeria have natural resources. We have oil, we have gold, we have coal, we have a lot of things in that country. But where have these things taken our country so far? What is there to prove that Nigeria have all these things? There are some of these countries that have oil, like some of these Arabian countries that have oil. In their country, like I heard, education is free. They have good road, they have security. Education is free in some of those countries. They have basic amenities. Nigeria can live up to that standard if only our leaders will agree to take Nigeria to that level, to that height. Nigeria can get there. Nigeria can get there because we have the resources. We have what it takes to make Nigeria what we want Nigeria to be. Not this type of Nigeria we are seeing now. Not where there is insecurity. Not where there is no good road. Not where there is no light. Not where the lives of citizens does not matter. Not where some children in some rural areas can barely feed even 1 square meal, talk more of 3 square meals. Not here in Nigeria that there are no roads, no system is working. When I saw this lady's posts and videos going viral, I mean the one that died, the medical doctor that just died, when I saw it, I felt so bad, because it could have been anybody. And our leaders, they don't care if they are not affected direct. They know that there is no way they are affected. If they want to talk about hospital, or they want to make use of any, maybe their health or anything, they fly abroad to get medical attention, medical treatment. So they are not affected in any way. If they are talking about bad roads, I mean, when we talk of bad roads in Nigeria, federal roads, when we talk about federal roads in Nigeria, we are talking about government-owned roads. Like, when this is government road, you can barely get a government road in Nigeria that you say that road is good. Talk more of ordinary, maybe state or local government road or street. In the Philippines, I've said it before, that in the Philippines, even a street as small as this my street, it is tiled. If it is not tiled, it is cemented. It is cemented concretely in a way that you can never see, you can hardly see potholes. Talk more of seeing potholes or bad roads in major road. Like, you want to travel from the city where I'm staying to Manila. Manila is just about 5 hours drive from where I'm staying, sometimes even less than 5 hours, because the road is a straight road and it is well tiled. No bad road, federal road, Philippines, it is not possible. I've stayed in this country getting to 8 years. I've never seen, especially the major roads, I've never seen it. Maybe you say there are potholes, this whole road is too bad, and government will be looking at it, knowing that that road has gone from bad to worse, that even the road has turned to death trap. You cannot see that kind of road in the Philippines. Is it that Nigeria cannot get to that level? Is it that those bad roads, this one now we are talking about hospital, what about those that die every day on the road because of bad roads, because of one thing or the other? Like, life does not matter to our leaders in Nigeria. As you are seeing this video, this is a federal owned road. This is Benin Express Road. If you are going to Lagos, where you have international airports, one of the international airports, of course, Lagos is a very big city. This is one of the roads, the federal road that leads to Lagos. Now you can see the flood. You can see how people that are traveling are stranded on the road. You see how they are making videos saying no roads, no road. Just watch this video.
This is alright. Every flood, Lagos Road don't close. Flood don't cover everywhere for Lagos Road. This is alright. Flood don't close. No road. Alright. People now see the flood. Lagos Road already. Road closed. See flood. Lagos Road up Jabrata. When they drill drainage, not really drill the road. Drill the erosions, all the stream. Nigerian government say for where? I to share money on the sabi. Now the water don't verse, all the issue don't verse. They don't come block the road. When I see people they pass. And Lagos Road with this so. Lagos Road. When I sorry. Now see flood. Open I see flood. When I see flood. Yes! Come on there. Chief. Hey! Come on there. No, my brother. I'm not in food. Come on there. This is Lagos Road. That was that go carry motor. That was how you go. Go carry motor. You must go carry motor. Na great. And he don't know how to swim. He don't know how to swim. He don't know how to swim. That place get drainage. That place get drainage. Una dey see am? Any other man pass my brother. Una dey see am? Una dey see am? Lagos road already.
And this is a federal road. This is a federal road. When we talk about federal road, this is government owned road. This cannot happen in the Philippines. This cannot happen up to the extent that the road will go so bad, it will turn death trap, and the government will be silent about it. I mean, what's their business in Nigeria? Nigeria government, what's their business? They don't make use of the roads, they make use of the air. Yeah, they go by air. They don't make use of those hospitals. So even though there are no facilities in the hospital, there are nothing in the hospital, nothing is moving, no system is working, it does not affect them because they do all their businesses and transactions, even up to the extent of taking care of their health for themselves and their family. They do everything abroad. So those things, at the end of it, it boils down to the masses being at the receiving end of the bad governance of Nigeria. I'm not here to talk about politics, I'm not here to dabble into politics, but I'm so livid right now. I feel so furious and angry because of this precious life that this corrupt system has succeeded in snatching away from the family, from the loved ones. It would have been anybody. See the way they ended her dreams, her life, everything, dashed into the thin air, dashed, smashed on the floor within a twinkle of an eye. And today she's no more because of the negligence of people in charge, people in authority, people who have the power to fix things, but one person or some certain people are the ones hoarding the money, eating it and doing everything. I know some people will also say that, yeah, even in Philippines, leaders eat money, they do this. The difference between the Philippines and the Nigeria, and the reason I'm making this video, and don't tell me I'm comparing, the difference is that these people, for example, in the Philippines, that you say that their leaders are eating, yes, they are eating, but at the same time they are working. The system is working. Rules and regulation, the laws of this country works. The laws works, the rules work, the government care for their people. But in Nigeria, it is the opposite. Nothing, no system works in Nigeria. That's how a lot of people, a lot of lives have been wasted. Do you want to talk about the doctor that died last year? I think that one also was rounding up, is it her youth service or something? But she was rounding up, even about to leave the country to travel abroad. I think 2 weeks to the time, or was it 2 months? But she had limited time, like, to finish what she was doing in Nigeria and travel abroad before she met her deaths that she was traveling from using the train. But the story was that she was traveling while she met her deaths on the road, and the co-hand of death also snatched that one away from her loved ones from Nigeria. Because even though you feel you are not affected directly, she's a Nigerian, she would have contributed as a medical doctor. That one that died last year too, it was also still painful. Now this year, another doctor too. What are our governments doing to put all these things in place? What are they doing to put the health system in place? What are they doing to put things that are not working in that system in place? We now have a new leader, we have new president, and even things, like I said, have gone from bad to worse. But we still hope and believe that maybe he's working out strategy, he's re-strategizing to make the things like the country better. We still hope so. But generally, what are our leaders doing to fix the roads for us? What are they doing to fix security for us? Security. What are they doing to fix the electricity? What are they doing to fix a lot of things? Give us basic amenities. What are they doing to protect lives of every Nigerian? What are they doing to put things in order and make the system work? What are they doing to put this in place? So as a Nigerian, you could live life, enjoy life. Those things our leaders enjoy abroad. What are they doing to make at least the average, or even the less class Nigerian, to enjoy some of these things. The similarity of Nigeria and Philippines is that there is rural area in Nigeria, there is rural area in the Philippines. But the difference between these two rural areas is, in the Philippines, even in the rural areas, they enjoy electricity, they enjoy attention from the government. Like I told you, when the flood was disturbing, like some people in the area where I'm staying, the mayor, they were bringing them out, taking them to other places where they will not be affected by flood, and they were providing food and basic needs for them. Can that happen in Nigeria? If it happens in Nigeria that there is flood anywhere, people will die there. They will even, anything that wants to happen to them will happen to them. Nobody, no government, except if maybe it's from an individual and you feel you want to help your fellow Nigerian. Individuals are even the ones that help more than the government help. Is it not still the same government that took palliative that was meant for the citizens of Nigeria during the COVID? The palliative that was meant for citizens of Nigeria, is it not still the same government that took that thing that was meant for citizens, hoard it, kept it where maggots and everything feasted on it? Instead of Nigerians to enjoy and eat it, the masses, they did not enjoy it. Instead, the leaders were hoarding it, hiding it. For only God knows what their wicked reasons were that made them hid those things from their citizens. Is Nigeria working for you? If Nigeria is working for you, I want you to drop it in the comment section. But like we always say, we still hope that someday that Nigeria will get better. And I just pray that God will give the parents of that medical doctor, the parents, the loved ones, all the people she left behind, the fortitude to bear the loss. And I pray that God will continue to console them and see them through in this trying time. And wherever you are, whether you are in diaspora or you are in Nigeria, always pray for your families back home. Always pray for your families back home. Pray for people in Nigeria. If you are in Nigeria, you will know that Nigerians are going through a lot. A lot is even going through Nigerians now. Whether you are in Nigeria or you are even in diaspora, even we that are, you must somehow be affected by what is happening in Nigeria, whether you like it or not. There is no way. So for those that are in Nigeria that may be thinking, these people are already outside Nigeria, so they are not affected, you are lying. It's a big lie. Anyhow, somehow you are affected. As far as you are a Nigerian, somehow you are affected. To even be a Nigerian, you go through a lot, and a lot goes through you. We pray that one day our country will be a country that one day will say, yes, Nigeria is now a better country. Nigeria is our home, of course, and we hope that one day it will be a better country. Country will be proud of. Country will even be so proud of. We will not want to leave our country to other countries. That's my prayer for Nigeria, and I believe and hope that someday we'll get there. But you and I need to do something for us to get there. Thank you so much for watching this video up until now. Thank you so much for sticking by. And like, come your way again next time. I'll be your favorite next week, and I'll see you in my next video.